So it sounds like you have 6-month-old triplets that are 4.5 months adjusted, probably born about a month and a half early. And first of all, I have to tell you, I'm so impressed that you have triplets. That's awesome. Now you want to know when to start incorporating oatmeal into their bedtime routine, and if they should get it by a bottle or a spoon, and how much you should give them. Now, it's best first when you think of introducing solids to your baby to assess their readiness. And there's a few different things that will tell you if your babies are ready or not. And maybe one will be and the other won't. Most babies are ready between 4 and 6 months. And so even with the adjusted age, some of your babies might be. You'll want to make sure that they can hold their head up on their own, that they open their mouth when food comes their way on a spoon. And if you put a little bit in their mouth, like a half spoonful or so, they push it to the back of their throat with their tongue and swallow it. Now they might spit it out and kind of roll it around and not be sure about the taste, but they can handle it and they can swallow it. And then they should be at least 13 pounds before you introduce solids as well. So if you feel like your babies are ready, you can actually start with anything. You don't need to start with rice. Some pediatricians recommend it, others don't. There's no data to necessarily say that that's what needs to be given to babies first. But when you do start out, start slowly, like I said, with about a half spoonful or so, and just slowly increase the amount that you give your baby each time you feed them. And start with one meal each day. And a lot of parents do start with either like a dinner time or right before bed, like you mentioned. It's really important if you choose to give your baby rice cereal at bedtime or any time really to make sure you're doing it with a spoon and not in a bottle, because that can increase the chances of them choking and also increase the amount of food that they're consuming, and it can lead to them gaining too much weight. So sometimes pediatricians recommend it for reflux, but if your doctor hasn't said anything about doing it, then it would be best to give it with a spoon and not in a bottle. Once you've gotten the nighttime feeding down or the dinner time feeding down, slowly introduce each meal until you have them all down. And by the time your babies are about 8 months adjusted age, then they should be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, solids at all of those meals, and even snacks in the morning and afternoon. If you have more questions that are specific to your baby's well-being, be sure to consult with your pediatrician. But if you have any other questions for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.